beloved child, stop right here. Do not dare to ignore this, and do not scroll past. Lift your eyes to my face right now. This is not a coincidence, and this is a divine appointment that heaven organized because I saw your secret tears and decided to answer your prayers today. Give me just a few minutes of your time. I promise you will not regret staying here. Something massive just shifted in the unseen realm because of your presence. I am stepping into your day with an urgent purpose. I have written you a personal letter. There is a holy key hidden inside this message, and if you walk away right now, you will miss the major breakthrough that you have been begging me to send for months. Do not let the heavy noise of the world steal this sacred moment from you. The enemy wants you to keep scrolling right past your blessing. He wants you to remain blind to the inheritance I prepared for your life. But I say to you, wake up. Listen to my voice with your whole heart right now, because the chains of your delay are finally melting away under my touch. You did not stumble across this video by accident in a sea of distractions. I guided your trembling hand to this exact intersection of time. Now, come closer to me. Let me speak softly to the part of your soul that is most tired. Breathe deeply, my child, and let your racing mind rest completely, because my presence is here to quiet the stormy winds that have been throwing your life into total chaos. I know exactly who you are. You are my chosen child, but you are living like a silent survivor. I see how heavily you have been carrying the weight of your battles. Your body is exhausted, your shoulders are tight with pain, and your soul is weeping in the quiet corners of your life, because you feel completely crushed by the heavy expectations of the people around you. And every single morning when you wake up, the thick heaviness is already sitting on your chest before you even open your eyes. You force a beautiful smile for the people around you. You pretend that everything is perfectly fine, but inside, your spirit is silently breaking into tiny pieces while you wonder how much longer you can keep fighting alone. I saw you when you sat on the edge of your bed in the dark. I watched you when the tears ran down your face without any words. You felt completely abandoned by everyone you loved, and you wondered if I still heard the desperate cries you whispered into the empty air when the night was cold and silent. I saw you when you walked through those crowded rooms, feeling entirely invisible. You poured out your pure love into hands that only knew how to take from you. You helped everyone else find their way while you felt completely lost. And you silently asked me why your pure kindness was constantly met with cold betrayal from the very people you sacrificed your own happiness to protect. I was there when the doors you thought were perfect suddenly slammed shut. I watched you fight the agonizing confusion that kept you awake until midnight. You thought you were failing your destiny, but I want to reveal a deep mystery behind those painful endings, because they were actually my tools to shield your soul from absolute destruction. I held you when the sting of betrayal made your throat feel tight with anger. The people you trusted the most walked away when you needed them. They left you to clean up the broken pieces of a life you built together. You sat in the silence, and you wept bitterly because you could not understand why my love allowed such a tragedy to break your heart. I counted every single tear that fell onto your pillow in the middle of the night. Not a single drop was wasted or forgotten in my heavenly house. You are a carefully formed masterpiece, not a random fragment of creation, and the adversary targeted your life with intense warfare because he knows your light is about to rise above the darkness. You are my secret warrior, and you have been fighting in the trenches for years. The enemy tried to drown out my voice with the loud noise of fear and anxiety. He told you that you were not enough. He whispered that nothing would ever change for you. But those words are dirty lies from the bottomless pit, because he is absolutely terrified of the spiritual authority that is waking up inside your soul right now. Do you feel that sudden warmth spreading through your chest right now? That is not a regular feeling. That is my Holy Spirit touching the exact place where you were broken. I am reweaving the torn fabric of your heart, and I am placing a new foundation beneath your tired feet, because your season of walking through the desert is ending today. This letter I wrote for you is a covenant of restoration. It contains the exact blueprint of the breakthrough that belongs to your name. The enemy thought he could steal your joy forever by keeping you in this long waiting season, but he does not hold the keys to your future. because I have already written your final victory with my own hands. That is why I commanded you to stop and listen to me. This message is a shield against the arrows of despair that were flying toward your mind. If you turn away now, you allow the darkness to win another hour of distraction. Stay right here with me, because I am about to unlock the ancient chest that holds your divine provision and the answers to your oldest prayers. I know your stomach knots up when you think about your mounting bills. I see how your heart beats fast when the weight of tomorrow presses against your temples. You have been carrying the responsibilities of an entire family on your weak shoulders, and you did it all without complaining to a single human soul, because you trusted that I would eventually provide a way out of your financial distress. You are the pure-hearted giver who always chooses kindness over retaliation. People took advantage of your gentle nature and called you weak. They mistook your silence for compliance and stepped over your boundaries. But I saw your restraint, and I am going to reward your beautiful character before the very eyes of those who mocked you. The key inside this letter is designed to open a specific door that has been locked for generations. Your ancestors lived under a heavy ceiling of lack and limitation. They passed down the silent habit of surviving instead of thriving. But I chose you to be the ultimate cycle breaker, who will break the chains of poverty and lead your entire family into a land of absolute abundance. I saw you when you tried to pray, but your voice was completely gone. I saw you when you could only groan in agony while kneeling on your kitchen floor. I saw you when you wanted to give up on your biggest dreams entirely because the long delay felt like a cruel denial from my heavenly throne. But I was never silent while you were suffering in loneliness. My silence was a holy laboratory where I was compounding your spiritual strength. If I had given you the blessing earlier, the weight of it would have crushed you. I had to build a mature character inside your heart, and I had to prune away the wrong relationships so that you could carry the immense wealth I am releasing today. You were being prepared. Are you still listening to me, my precious child? Do not let your mind wander to your long list of chores or your deep worries. What I am saying right now is a matter of spiritual life and death for your next season. Lift your heavy chin and let my words wash away your deep exhaustion, because your restoration is starting right now. The heritage that belongs to you was stolen by deceitful hands in the past. People twisted the truth to block you from your rightful promotion. They spoke malicious rumors behind your back to damage your reputation. But human words cannot cancel a destiny that I authored before the foundation of the world was even laid down. I sealed this letter with my own blood to ensure its safe delivery to your spirit. The algorithm of this platform was merely a servant of my divine will to find you. You thought you were just browsing for entertainment, but your soul was screaming for a rescue line, and I moved heaven and earth to answer your desperate cry. Let the tight muscles in your neck relax right now. Unclench your jaw and drop the heavy bags you have been carrying in secret. You do not have to figure out the solution to your complex problems today. The key inside this message will do the heavy lifting while you simply rest in my strong and protective embrace. We are about to open the first line of this heavenly letter together. It contains a truth that will initially shock your mind, but will ultimately set you completely free. The enemy is trembling right now because he knows his time of tormenting your mind with fear and depression is coming to a sudden and violent end. Do not move away just yet, because in the next line of this holy letter, I am going to reveal the exact reason why your silent tears are actually the golden evidence of what is about to come. Your pain has a secret purpose, and the grand reveal will completely redefine your entire future before this video ends. Come closer to me now, because we are opening the first page of this sacred letter together. I want you to feel the quiet tenderness of my breath on your weary face. You have spent too much time trying to be strong for everyone else. You have built a thick wall around your heart to keep the pain from leaking out. But with me, you can finally put your heavy shield down. I know the exact depth of the darkness you have been surviving in lately. You feel completely cut off from the rest of the world. You look at the people around you, and you feel like a ghost walking among the living. They see your outer shell, but they do not know the agonizing storm inside. They do not know how close you are to giving up entirely. Pause right here and listen to the quiet rhythm of my voice. Do you feel that heavy tightness shifting slightly inside your chest right now? That is the old sorrow recognizing my healing touch. You do not have to swallow your pain anymore, because I am here to hold you. Let the tension leave your shoulders as we look at your hidden wounds together. Like this video right now, not as a digital click, but as a silent act of holy agreement between your bleeding heart and my eternal presence. It is a simple physical anchor for your shaking faith. By doing this, you are telling the unseen realm that you choose to trust my word. You are opening your hands to receive the divine provision I have stored for you. I saw you when you ran to the bathroom and turned the water on high to drown out the sound of your sobbing. You pressed your face into a soft towel so no one would hear your broken voice. You felt so ashamed of your own weakness in that dark moment, but I was standing right beside the sink, and I was holding your shaking frame with infinite love. I was there when the people you trusted completely turned their backs on your need. You gave them your last dollar, and you gave them your undivided attention for years. You carried their burdens while your own house was falling apart, and when you finally needed a helping hand, they treated you like an absolute stranger who had nothing left to offer. Are you listening to my voice, my precious child? Do not let the cold memories of betrayal steal your focus from this holy letter. The adversary wants you to stay trapped in the bitter prison of your past. He wants you to believe that everyone will always hurt you. But I am your safe refuge, and I am rewriting your story with lines of justice. I saw you when you walked through the crowded grocery store feeling completely invisible to the world. You looked at the smiling families and you wondered why your life had to be so incredibly heavy. You felt like an alien who did not belong anywhere on this earth. But I was walking down every single aisle with you, and I was counting every heavy breath you took. I know how your heart panics in the middle of the night when the house is completely still. You wake up suddenly at 3 a.m. with a cold sweat on your forehead. Your mind starts racing through every mistake you ever made. You replay old conversations and you blame yourself for things you could not control. You feel like a total failure who ran out of time. Breathe deeply, my child. Let your mind stop racing for just this second. The enemy is using the quiet hours of the night to inject poisonous lies into your spirit. He wants you to believe that your waiting season is a permanent punishment. But I am your loving Father, and I am using this very wilderness to isolate you from the wolves who want to destroy you. This dark cave you are sitting in right now is not your final destination. You feel lonely because I intentionally pulled you away from the crowd. I had to silence the opinions of men so you could hear the gentle whisper of my truth. The people who dropped you were actually cleared out by my own hands because they could not walk into your next glory. You are the pure-hearted giver who always left a blessing everywhere you went. You gave your energy to people who drained your soul until you were completely empty. You stayed up late to fix their problems, while no one checked on your own well-being. You became a living sacrifice for ungrateful hearts, and now you are paying the price with total exhaustion. I saw you when you sat in your car after a long day of work and gripped the steering wheel until your knuckles turned white. You could not drive away because the heaviness in your chest was too paralyzing to move. You just stared into the gray sky and asked me if this was all your life would ever be. I heard that silent question, and my heart broke for you. Look at my face, my beloved survivor. You need to hear this next part clearly. Your current misery is not the final verdict on your existence. The enemy has spent years trying to convince you that you are a worthless sinner who deserves to suffer. But I am looking at you right now, and I see a holy vessel that is ready to contain my heaviest blessings. I know how much you worry about the empty numbers in your bank account. You look at the rising bills and you feel a sharp knot of terror form in your stomach. You feel like you are drowning in a deep ocean with no rescue boat in sight. You have worked so hard for so many years, but the financial breakthrough always seems to slip away at the last second. I saw when your own family members looked at your struggles and judged your character harshly. They called you lazy when you were simply too exhausted to move your limbs. They spoke toxic words that sliced through your self-esteem like sharp knives. You expected them to be your safe harbor, but they became the fiercest storm you had to fight in silence. Pause right here and let this exact truth settle into the deepest soil of your soul. The opinions of your family cannot cancel the divine heritage I chose for your life. They see your temporary valley, but I see your eternal mountaintop. I am the only judge who holds the right to define your true worth, and I declare that you are completely precious to me. I watched you when you buried your face in your pillow so the children would not hear you breaking down. You had to be the strong anchor for everyone else during the day. You had to answer every question and solve every crisis with a calm voice. But at night, you were just a terrified child who wanted someone to take the heavy mantle away from your shoulders. I feel the constant aches in your physical body from the heavy mental stress you carry. Your head throbs with tension every afternoon. Your lower back is sore from holding up the weight of your entire household alone. You are running on empty, tracking lines of pure adrenaline. Your physical vessel is crying out for a deep rest that sleep cannot provide. Are you listening? Do not let distraction steal this holy alignment from you. Your body is exhausted because you are trying to carry a supernatural destiny with mere human strength. You were never meant to engineer your own rescue. I am stepping into your atmosphere right now to become your supernatural engine. Let me carry the heavy bags for you. You have secretly questioned my goodness during the darkest hours of this long delay. You wondered if I was punishing you for an old sin from your past. You saw bad people prospering while you remained stuck in the mud despite your faithful obedience. You felt like your prayers were just bouncing off a thick brass ceiling and falling back down to the earth. Breathe deeply, my child. Let your mind stop racing for just this second. I am not angry at your doubts or your honest questions. I know your faith has grown quieter than it used to be because the battle has been so long and brutal. But hear me with the deepest part of your heart. You are not abandoned in this dark wilderness, but I will not leave you broken in this cave. Listen closely to what I am about to uncover next. This is a secret from an ancient prison cell that mirrors your exact life right now. The dark fog is beginning to lift from your heavy eyes. We are moving out of the valley of weeping and we are stepping directly onto the holy ground of your grand reveal. Come closer to me now. Let my words wrap around your cold spirit like a warm blanket. You have felt so isolated in your struggles. You thought you were walking down this dark road entirely alone. But I want to show you my footsteps right beside yours. I have been holding your hand through the thickest darkness. Let this truth settle into your soul. I am present in your quiet room right now. I am the silent breath in your lungs, and I am the quiet strength that helps you lift your heavy head every morning before the rest of the world wakes up. You do not have to scream to get my full attention. I hear the very first whisper of your breaking heart before it even leaves your lips. Are you listening? Do not let distraction steal this holy alignment from you. You have been running on empty for such a long time. You have spent all your energy taking care of everyone else. But right now, I want you to sit down at my table. Let me pour my fresh oil over your tired head and refresh your soul. Close your eyes for one brief beat. Inhale my peace and exhale your heavy control right now. You have been trying to solve all your massive problems with your own limited strength. You stay awake at night counting your mistakes and planning your escape because you feel completely trapped by your circumstances. But I want you to drop those heavy bags right at my feet. I see you more clearly than you see yourself. I know every secret fear that keeps you from sleeping soundly. You think you are completely forgotten because the answers to your oldest prayers are delayed. You see other people receiving their blessings easily while you remain stuck in the mud. But I have a sacred reason for this pause. Let us look back together into the ancient scroll of time. There is a story I wrote thousands of years ago that mirrors your exact pain today. It is the story of a young man named Joseph. I placed a massive dream inside his heart when he was very young, and he was faithful to my voice. Yet I allowed his own family to throw him into a deep pit. They hated his bright light and wanted to destroy his destiny. He cried out in the agonizing silence of that cistern. He wondered why my love allowed such a cold betrayal to happen to him, because he felt completely abandoned by his own flesh. But I was not absent from that dark pit. My presence was sitting right there in the dirt with Joseph. I watched him when they sold him into chains as a common slave. I was beside him when he walked into a foreign land without a single friend while his heart was breaking into pieces. He spent 13 long years in the deep prison of Egypt. He was locked away for a crime he did not commit. He waited in the damp darkness while his youth was slipping away. He had done everything right, but he was still being punished by the world because the timing of heaven was not yet complete. I saw him when the cold iron chains cut into his ankles. I watched him when the damp prison floor made his bones ache. He sat in the dark corner and questioned his own sanity. He wondered if his grand dreams were just a foolish illusion of his mind, but I was using that dark room to mold his spirit. I was there when the chief butler forgot him for 2 whole years. I watched his hope wither like a dying leaf in the wind. He felt entirely invisible to the world and forgotten by heaven, but I was counting every single day of his isolation because I was aligning the stars of Egypt to bring him before the king. My child, the pit you are sitting in right now is not your grave. It is your holy preparation room. Hold on to the big dream I placed in your spirit. Do not let the heavy darkness convince you that I dropped your hand, because I am using this long delay to sharpen your sword. I was there when you felt the same crushing weight of isolation. I saw you when you thought your own family had abandoned you. You worked hard and received nothing but blame in return. You felt like you were trapped in a permanent prison of bad luck, but your trial was just an ancient echo of Joseph's journey. The tears I witnessed are now the seeds of what I am about to harvest for you. Listen carefully. I have held you in my strong arms through the deepest valley. Now let me show you the great mountain I have been preparing for your feet, because you have gone far enough on your own strength. You have heard me whisper peace over your pain. Now hear me declare your total freedom. The long season that has exhausted your spirit is closing. It is not closing gradually, but it is closing right now because I am stripping away the authority of every toxic voice in your life. Every single door that shut in your face was my divine protection. It was never my cold rejection. Look at me, my beloved survivor. You need to hear this next part clearly, because I am doing something entirely new in your life today. I am changing the very foundation of your existence. I did not allow you to break. I only allowed you to be reshaped. The enemy targeted your life with intense warfare, because he saw the immense weight of the future glory that is coming to you. You are no longer a victim of your past circumstances. I am raising you up to be a powerful light bearer. The exhaustion you have known has given you a deep compassion, and the fierce battles you fought in secret have given you an unstoppable authority in prayer that the comfortable do not possess. I have authorized your supernatural breakthrough in the heavenly courts today. The delay you have lived under has finally served its purpose. I shielded your soul from rooms you were not ready to enter, and I kept you away from deceptive people who were not equipped to carry your pure heart while you were still growing strong. That hidden season of isolation is finished. What comes next will not look like anything from your past. The very ground under your feet is shifting right now. I am opening the storehouses of heaven to pour out a blessing that your fierce enemies cannot block with their human hands. Stand up straight and prepare your hands to receive the abundance. It belongs to your name. Are you listening? Do not let doubt inject its poison into your mind at the last second because the adversary is terrified of your new strength. He knows his time of tormenting your thoughts is over. He sees the thick chains of your generational poverty melting away. You are the chosen cycle breaker of your family line, and your final victory is written in stone by my own fingers, because I have already decreed the exact hour of your elevation. Pause right here. Let this exact truth settle into the deepest soil of your soul. I am not asking for your perfect credentials today. I am only asking for your trembling obedience, because one small step of faith will unleash the full floodgate of my supernatural power. I saw you when you thought you were completely run out of options. I watched you when you checked your empty mailbox with a sigh. Your weak shoulders dropped when another bill arrived. You felt like a helpless child caught in a giant storm, but I am your ultimate provider and my timing is perfectly precise. Everything I have shown you in this letter is real. I have prepared your spirit through the long years of waiting. I have answered every silent question you whispered in the dark, and I have replaced the heavy weight of your anxiety with my absolute peace, because I am fighting the battle ahead of your steps. The move now belongs to you. The wilderness preparation is complete. Take a deep breath right now. The veil is about to fall, and the destiny key I promised is about to be placed directly into your hands. Stay right here with me, because the next page of this holy letter will unlock the massive inheritance that the enemy tried to steal. Lift up your eyes now. The waiting season is officially over. Look at the unseen realm with your spiritual eyes, because the walls of your stagnation are crumbling down to the dust. You have survived the storm. You are still standing here. My grace held you together. And today, I am declaring a total end to the dry desert that almost took away your bright hope. I am opening the ancient chest right before your eyes. Here is the golden key that I promised inside my secret letter. This is not a regular piece of metal. It is the spiritual authority to take back everything that the thief stole from your household over the years. You watched your blessings vanish. You wept in the dark. But today, I am putting the master key directly into your trembling hands. Hear my loud voice across the heavens. I break every single chain of delay that has been binding your ankles. I shatter the shackles of generational poverty right now. They made your ancestors live in constant limitation. They spent their entire lives scrambling for crumbs while you were designed to sit at my royal table as an heir. You are the chosen cycle breaker of your family line. The enemy wanted you to repeat the tragic history of your past. He wanted you to suffer from the same depression. But his evil authority over your mind is completely broken today, because my blood has canceled every ancient contract against your glorious destiny. Stand up in my royal power. You are no longer the victim who hides from the fight. Your light is rising like a brilliant morning sun over a dark valley. The adversary is terrified of your new strength. He sees the massive shift in your spirit, and he knows that he can no longer access the sacred garden of peace that I planted deep inside your heart. Let us reframe the agonizing pain of your past history. You asked me why I allowed those beautiful doors to slam shut in your face. You thought I was punishing your soul for old mistakes. But those closed doors were my absolute protection from unseen traps, because I locked those rooms to save you from a major trap. I removed those deceptive people from your circle. They were trying to steal your future inheritance. They smiled at your face, but they whispered malicious lies behind your back when you were not looking. You wept bitterly when they abandoned your side, but my strong hands were actually clearing the toxic weeds out of your life. Do not call that delay a failure. It was my holy laboratory of strength. I had to build an unshakable character inside your spirit. If I had given you the prize earlier, the sheer weight of it would have crushed your soul completely. You had to grow strong in the lonely trenches so you could lead millions of people into my light. Now, the long preparation is finally complete. Your soul is a refined vessel of my glory. Every single tear you shed in the silence has been transformed into a precious seed of gold. You are stepping out of the role of a desperate seeker. You are entering the place of a royal steward. The drought is finished, and the floodgates of abundance are opening. Look at me right now. This is the exact moment of your absolute release. I am commanding the financial winds to blow provision directly into your life. The doors that were sealed tightly by human hands are trembling at my word. What I open today, no human force or demonic power will ever be able to shut against your steps. Let the intense peace of heaven settle inside your mind. Drop your heavy shield right now. You have been fighting these brutal spiritual battles on your own empty strength for too long. Your soul is bleeding from the constant pressure of survival. But the warfare ends here, in this very room, because I am taking over the battlefield for you today. Breathe deeply, my child. Let your shoulders drop down completely. Unclench your tight jaw. Release the heavy anxiety that has been squeezing your chest like a metal vise. You do not have to engineer the solution to your complex problems anymore. The heavy lifting is finished, because my supernatural hand is moving the mountains out of your way. Let us focus entirely on your restoration. I do not want your material wealth. I am not a demanding salesman who wants to take from your empty pockets. I am your loving Father. I want to give you total rest. Sit down at my quiet table and let my presence recharge your exhausted soul right now, because you are safe with me. You spent your whole life running after solutions. You exhausted your physical vessel trying to keep everyone else happy and secure. You became a living shield for ungrateful hearts. Your own soul was starving in the dark. But today, I am ordering a total reversal of your energy, because I am pouring my fresh oil over your tired head until it overflows. Receive this peaceful blessing as a permanent seal of protection. The enemy wants to drag your thoughts back into the old chaos. He wants you to worry about the mounting bills. But I tell you to be still. Look at my face, and watch how easily I can multiply your small resources into an absolute mountain of supply. Your physical body is beginning to feel the light weightlessness of my grace. The throbbing tension in your temples is fading away into the air. The sore muscles in your neck are relaxing under my warm touch. Trust my timing blindly from this day forward, because I am healing the physical damage that years of chronic stress inflicted upon your vessel. I will guide your steps, one single inch at a time, so you do not get confused by the big picture. My voice will always bring absolute clarity to your mind, and my presence will always provide an anchor of calm when the rest of the world is spinning in total madness around your life. You do not have to carry the heavy weight of tomorrow all at once. The future is already secured inside my heavenly vaults. I have prearranged every meeting. I have settled every contract. I have prepared every single resource that you will ever need to fulfill your grand destiny because I walk ahead of your path. Look at how far you have traveled through the dark wilderness. Many people dropped out of the race when the road became too steep and rocky. They doubted my promises. They returned to the comfortable cages of Egypt, but you kept moving forward with trembling knees and an empty stomach. Your silent faithfulness in the dark has won the heart of heaven. I am proud of your scars, my brave warrior. They are not signs of your defeat. They are the glorious medals of a survivor who refused to bow down to the adversary. Every scar on your heart is a place where my power became visible to the angels, and through those very wounds, my healing light will flow out to restore other broken souls. Let go of the bitter anger you held against those who betrayed your trust. They were merely blind actors in my grand script of preparation. Their cold rejection forced you to run into my secret chambers for shelter. If they had stayed in your life, you would have remained dependent on their weak human approval instead of my sovereign power. Forgive them and leave them in my hands. I will handle the scales of absolute justice in my own perfect timing. You do not have to defend your reputation. You do not have to fight for your honor in public. I will make your righteousness shine like the bright noonday sun, while your enemies watch your sudden elevation in total wonder. The key inside this message is turning the lock right now. Can you hear the ancient metal moving in the spiritual realm? The old season of lack is cracking open to reveal your massive inheritance. The thief has been caught. He must restore 7 times what he stole from your bloodline according to my holy decree. You are walking through a glorious doorway that your parents never even saw. You are stepping into a territory of influence and peace that will change the trajectory of your entire family forever. Do not tremble with fear at the threshold. Walk forward with your head held high, because the King of Kings is leading your parade. Now that the heavy chains are completely shattered, there is one final sacred seal you must receive to lock this major breakthrough into your reality forever. Listen closely to my final instruction in the next segment of this letter. Do not walk away from the altar before we finish this holy agreement together. You are standing in my beautiful light now. The heavy dark fog is completely gone from your mind. You can breathe easily right now. And that strange restlessness you felt inside your chest for the last few days was not a sign of anxiety, because it was your spirit stretching out to receive my eternal glory. Your waiting season is officially finished. The unseen realm has completed its massive shift. Every block has been rolled away by my angelic armies. You can feel the quiet stillness of my divine presence now, and your soul is finally stepping across the great threshold into a land of true freedom, because I have personally unlocked the royal gate of your inheritance today. The wilderness cannot hold your feet anymore. Do not look back at the ruins of your past trials. The people who hurt your feelings have no power here. You are a brand new creation under my heavenly protection. I have totally restored your spiritual inheritance, and what I put into your hands today will multiply until your entire family overflows with absolute abundance. You will never experience that deep lack again. Let the deep gratitude fill the empty spaces of your heart. You survived the long night because you trusted my promises. You did not give up your faith when the path was dark. And now you are standing in the morning light of your major breakthrough with a strong spirit that the enemy can never break again. Your victory is completely guaranteed by my word. We must seal this holy transaction right now. I am giving you a few sacred instructions today. Do not let the thief steal this new peace from your thoughts. You must take a physical action of obedience right now, because a real step on earth will anchor my heavenly word into your daily reality forever. You are ready to move forward into your blessing. Hear my royal decree with your whole heart. Like this video right now. This is not a meaningless digital click on a screen. This is a physical act of holy agreement between your bleeding heart and my eternal presence, because you are telling the unseen realm that you fully accept my promise today. You are aligning your world with my kingdom now. You are establishing a clear boundary against the powers of lack. You are declaring your complete citizenship in my unshakable kingdom. The forces of darkness must look at this anchor and back away, and your simple act of agreement is opening the massive floodgates of heaven above your life, while the adversary trembles in total defeat. Now take the next step of your holy ritual. Open your mouth and make a bold declaration right here. Comment the word Amen in the section below. This simple word is a heavy hammer that breaks the remaining arguments of the adversary, because it means that you stand firm in your faith today. The entire court of heaven is listening to your voice. You can also write what you are truly feeling right now. Use your own simple words, even if they are broken. I am reading every single line with my own eyes, and I am recording your public confession of faith in the book of remembrance that sits directly before my glorious throne in heaven. Your text is a permanent testimony of your loyalty. Do not keep this bright light to yourself. You are my chosen light bearer in a dark world. Look around your life right now. There are so many lonely souls who are secretly crying out for a single drop of hope because they are drowning in the same deep ocean of anxiety that you just escaped from. You are the one I am sending to save them. I am giving you a critical mission today. Share this sacred message with 3 specific souls right now. You are not sending a regular video link to them. You are delivering a lifeline from heaven directly to their heavy hands because you are becoming the exact miracle that they have been praying for. Their destiny depends on your quick obedience. Your simple act of generosity will unlock your own harvest. Your own boundaries will expand automatically very soon. The enemy wants you to hoard your blessings in secret fear, but I command you to scatter the seed of my word across the earth, because your sharing will break their heavy chains of bondage today. More supply is coming to your house. Listen to my daily guidance as you walk forward. You need a safe sanctuary for your soul. Subscribe to this holy channel right now. Do not let the busy noise of the world distract your ears from my quiet whisper, because I have many more letters to write to your spirit in the coming days. Stay close to my warm altar. Turn on the notification bell right beside the button. This is your daily reminder to stay connected to me. Every new message is a personal knock on your door, and I will give you the precise strategic blueprints for your next major steps, so you never get lost in the thick fog of life again. Your path will be perfectly clear. You are stepping into a lifestyle of continuous growth. You are no longer a random traveler in the desert. You are a royal child of the King. Your daily connection to my voice will build a thick wall of fire around your mind, while my angels chase away the dark spirits of depression. Your mind is fully secured in my grace. Now look at the final page of this sacred contract. Your soul is overflowing with deep gratitude right now. You have a beautiful opportunity to honor this alignment. You can choose to lay down a voluntary seed of thanks through the Super Thanks button, because it is a powerful way to honor my altar today. This shows the depth of your appreciation. It is your personal altar of pure thanksgiving. You are telling the enemy that he no longer controls you. You are breaking the tight spirit of financial lack completely. And I will look at your cheerful seed and multiply your earthly wealth beyond measure, because your obedience has proven the true alignment of your heart. Your financial investment is fully secure under my covenant. I do not lead my children into dangerous traps. Walk forward with a light heart today. You lose absolutely nothing when you step out in bold obedience to my voice, because your peace is completely protected for 60 whole days. You can trust my protection with absolute confidence. The physical key is turning in your lock right now. You can see the deep rattle of freedom in the air. The heavy spirit of exhaustion is lifting from your limbs. and you can feel a fresh wave of supernatural energy surging through your muscles because I am filling your entire vessel with my holy power. You are ready to fly high. Let us enter the quiet sanctuary of my final blessing. Lower your tired chin onto your chest right now. Let your breathing become slow and deep. We are leaving the loud battlefield behind us, and we are entering the holy room, where only my pure love exists for your tired soul today. You are alone with your loving Father right now. My precious child, you are entirely safe in my arms. The long war is finally over for your household. I have covered your past mistakes with my mercy. I am protecting your current steps with my massive power, while I decorate your entire future with lines of absolute victory and continuous joy. My light is your permanent home. Go forth into the world with a bright countenance. Do not allow the small opinions of people to shrink you. You are my carefully formed masterpiece. You are the ultimate cycle breaker of your family tree, and through your beautiful life, millions of broken people will find their true home. Your face will reflect my glorious light. I bless the quiet sleep of your nights from now on. No more terrifying panics will wake you up at night. I bless the work of your gentle hands today. Everything you touch will blossom into an absolute miracle of my grace, because I have commanded the angels to guard your daily harvest. Your house will be a safe refuge. My presence will never leave your side for a single breath. My hand will always be there to catch you. You are my beloved child forever. Rest now in my eternal love and be completely still, because the battle is already won and your peace is fully secured. Receive my final kiss of peace right now,